Hello everyone, welcome to Tennis Fan Video. Alexandra Eala is a popular draw wherever she plays, and her first-round match against Leylah Fernandez at the WTA 500 in Stuttgart has the makings of a thriller. Number 8 seed Ekaterina Alexandrova is also featured in this article. As always, we at LWOT will offer predictions for every match on the slate, but which players will advance? World number 19 Diana Schneider is coming off a good run in Charleston, where she pushed the eventual winner Jessica Pegula in the quarterfinal. These are not the typical clay court conditions for Schneider, but she is still a tough player to bet on this surface. Tamara Korpach got an impressive win over Jacqueline Christian in Linz and would cherish playing on home soil, but winning this match might be too big a task for the German. Ekaterina Alexandrova has been in terrible form this season and has lost 5 of her last 6 matches. She reached the semifinals here last year, but her form is nowhere near what it was at this point last season, and defending the points this week may be difficult. However, she should still beat Gabriela Knudsen, who will play her first main draw match on clay, and facing a top 15 player might be overwhelming for the Czech player. Alexandra Eala versus Leylah Fernandez. Alexandra Eala is playing her first main draw at the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix and will face a huge challenge in the form of Leylah Fernandez. Eala has had a much better season, but she has limited experience on this surface, whereas Fernandez has plenty of matches under her belt over the years on clay. The Canadian is also playing here for the first time, but I like her chances on indoor courts even more with her flatter ground strokes. WTA Stuttgart Day 2 predictions. Including Alexandra Eala versus Leylah Fernandez, the WTA Stuttgart Open is heating up fast, and Day 2 is already delivering blockbuster matchups, rising star battles, and potential upsets that could shake the clay court season. But the biggest spotlight? Alexandra Eala versus Leylah Fernandez. 2 young stars. 2 aggressive left-handers. 1 clay court. And only one can move forward. Will Eala continue her breakout season momentum? Or will Fernandez's experience at the highest level prove too strong? Stick around because we're breaking down every key match on Day 2, including predictions, stats, and upset alerts. First up, we have Diana Schneider taking on home favorite Tamara Korpach. Schneider comes in with strong momentum after a deep run in Charleston, where she pushed top-level opposition to the limit. Her baseline power and aggressive lefty game make her extremely dangerous, even on slower clay courts. On the other side, Korpach thrives on clay and will have crowd support in Stuttgart, but the pressure of facing a top 20 rising star is a completely different challenge. Korpach may keep it competitive early, but Schneider's firepower should eventually take control. Match 2. Ekaterina Alexandrova versus Gabriela Knudsen next. Ekaterina Alexandrova faces qualifier Gabriela Knudsen. On paper, this looks one-sided. But Alexandrova has been struggling badly this season. She has lost consistency, confidence, and rhythm in long rallies. Knudsen is making her mark at this level, but facing a top 15 experienced player in a WTA 500 main draw is a massive jump. Even with shaky form, Alexandrova should have enough tools to survive, but don't be surprised if Knudsen steals a set if Alexandrova starts slow. Main event. Alexandra Eala versus Leylah Fernandez, and now we arrive at the match everyone is talking about. The clay courts of Stuttgart have always whispered stories of elegance, endurance, and evolution. On Day 2 of the WTA Stuttgart Open, those whispers grow louder, charged with intrigue as rising stars collide with proven contenders. This is not just another day of tennis. It's a crossroads where ambition meets expectation, and where the future of the game begins to take clearer shape. At the center of attention stands a captivating first-round battle, Alexandra Eala versus Leylah Fernandez. It's a matchup that feels symbolic, a clash between a fearless newcomer and a battle-tested competitor who has already tasted the sport's grandest stages. Eala enters Stuttgart with quiet momentum. Still early in her professional journey, the Filipina teenager carries a composure that belies her age. Her game is crafted for clay, fluid footwork, heavy topspin, and a natural instinct for constructing points with patience. She doesn't rush. She builds. Every rally becomes a story. Every shot a sentence leading toward a carefully chosen ending. But Stuttgart is no classroom. It's a proving ground. Across the net, Leylah Fernandez brings intensity that can ignite an entire arena. The Canadian star, known for her unforgettable run to the US Open final, thrives on energy and pressure. Her left-handed strokes come with a sharp angle, her returns aggressive and fearless. She doesn't just play points. She attacks them, often dictating tempo from the very first strike. On clay, however, the equation changes. The surface slows the game, stretching rallies and testing patience. For Fernandez, the key will be balance, knowing when to strike and when to endure. For Eala, it's about seizing moments, recognizing the split second when defense can turn into offense. This match could very well hinge on rhythm. If Fernandez finds her range early, stepping inside the baseline and taking time away, she could overwhelm Eala with pace and pressure. But if Eala manages to extend rallies, pulling Fernandez into longer exchanges, the dynamic shifts. The match becomes less about power and more about precision, and that's where Eala can thrive. Beyond this headline clash, Day 2 in Stuttgart offers a rich tapestry of storylines. Several top seeds begin their campaigns, each carrying their own narrative weight. For established stars, Stuttgart is more than just a tournament. It's a launchpad for the clay season, a chance to fine-tune movement and rediscover rhythm ahead of Roland Garros. Early rounds may not carry the glamour of finals, but they often reveal the most about a player's form. Expect experienced names to assert control, using their understanding of clay to navigate tricky openings. Yet Stuttgart has a history of surprises. Indoor clay creates unique conditions, slightly faster than traditional outdoor courts, rewarding players who can adapt quickly. That unpredictability opens the door for underdogs to strike. And that's what makes Day 2 so compelling. Young players step onto court not just hoping to compete, but believing they can disrupt. Veterans, meanwhile, must guard against complacency. Every match becomes a test, not just of skill, but of mindset. Back to Eala versus Fernandez. The emotional layer cannot be ignored. For Eala, this is an opportunity to announce herself on a global stage. She's no longer just a promising junior or a name to watch. She's here, competing, challenging, growing. A strong performance against Fernandez could signal the beginning of something much bigger. For Fernandez, it's about reaffirmation. The tennis world knows her talent, but consistency is the next step. Matches like this, against hungry, fearless opponents, are where champions prove their staying power. As the match unfolds, expect swings in momentum. Clay rewards resilience, and both players possess it in different forms. There may be moments where Fernandez's aggression dominates, points ending quickly with sharp winners. Then there will be stretches where Eala's patience draws errors, turning defense into quiet control. The crowd will feel it, the shift of energy, the rise and fall of belief. And in those moments, the match transcends rankings and expectations. It becomes a story of youth challenging experience, of styles colliding, of a sport constantly renewing itself through fresh rivalries and emerging stars. Prediction? On paper, Fernandez holds the edge. Her experience, her ability to handle big moments, and her proven track record give her a slight advantage. But this is clay. This is Stuttgart. And this is Alexandra Eala, a player who doesn't just show up, but grows with every point. Don't be surprised if this match goes the distance. Don't be surprised if the script flips. Because in tennis, especially on a stage like this, certainty is an illusion. Day 2 of the WTA Stuttgart Open promises more than results. It promises revelation. Whether it's a dominant performance from a top seed or a breakthrough moment from a rising talent, every match adds a new layer to the unfolding narrative of the clay season. And somewhere between the sliding footwork, the spinning rallies, and the roar of the crowd, one truth will stand clear. The future of women's tennis isn't waiting. It's already here. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.